You're tuned in to the Kansas City Weather Report, your daily source for the latest local forecast right here in KC. Whether you're planning your commute, weekend barbecue, or just trying to figure out if you need that extra layer, Wes has you covered. So let's dive into today's forecast.
Welcome to the Kansas City Weather Report. I'm meteorologist Wes Peary. Today is Monday, November 3rd, and here's what's up with the weather. It's been a few days since I created a podcast episode, and let me tell you, the weekend forecast ended up being a little bit cooler than what I thought. That's how it goes around here. You know, you try to make a 7 to 10 day forecast, a 5 to 10 day forecast, and Mother Nature's like, no, I'm actually just going to change my mind, and it's going to be something different. That's how it happened. But here we are. We move forward. Today, temperatures are starting off, thankfully, not sub-freezing. It was 26 degrees yesterday morning. This morning, temperatures are close to about 40 out there. It'll warm up close to 65 this afternoon. Lunchtime, it'll be at about 60. And don't forget, with the whole sunset, sunrise thing changing up with daylight saving time, temperatures will behave a little bit differently. So we'll hit our coolest part of the day around 7 and 8 a.m., and the warmest part of the day will happen around 3 a.m. So about an hour difference. For instance, sunrise this morning is at 6:50. Sunset today is at 5:15. In fact, by November 21st, sunset will be before 5 p.m. I forget that happens. As someone that's been doing this job for 10 years, it is still kind of weird sometimes to remember that the sun sets before 5 p.m. part of the year. Anyway, temperatures today near 65 degrees. Tomorrow morning, temperatures only near about 45 degrees. The wind will start to kick in tomorrow, gusting at times near about 40 to 45 miles per hour, pushing temperatures near 75 degrees for a high. That'll be nice with some sunshine. And then a series of fronts come through this week, but that means that we're never allowed to cool off or get too warm in any one way, albeit it is overall still pretty warm. For Wednesday morning, it's close to 45 to 50. For Wednesday afternoon, it's 65. Thursday morning, it's 45. Thursday afternoon, it's like 70. Friday morning, it's like 45 to 50. Friday afternoon, it's like 65 to 70 again. And by this point, we've had 2/3 cold fronts that come through. Because, I mean, earlier today, in fact, this morning, like overnight this morning, way earlier, we had a cold front come through. So it was a third cold front that will have come through this week. Now, the Thursday night and a Friday cold front, that may actually give us some rainfall. We'll have to see how much, but that's our best chance to actually get some rainfall this week, the way things are looking. Again, Friday near 70, Saturday lower 60s for high temperatures, and then this Saturday cold front, which has a slight chance of rain with it, that one's going to bring with it much cooler air. Sunday, temperatures only in the middle 40s for highs, and with the wind blowing at 10 to 20, it may only be in the 30s to lower 40s for the wind chill throughout the entire day. Thankfully, there should be a decent amount of sunshine for Sunday, but it's going to be a pretty chilly day. Next Monday, November 10th, we'll try to warm back up close to 50 degrees with some sunshine. We may run into a freeze on Monday morning, and then temperatures next week try to recover back close to 60 degrees once again for next Tuesday. I mean, overall, for the next 2 weeks, for the first half of November, there's going to be much more warmer than average days than average or cooler than average, and that doesn't mean a whole lot to you, except when I tell you the average high, the normal high is 39. So that means we'll be spending a lot more days in the 60s, close to 70, than we will be in the 50s. That's how at least it's looking for the first half here of November. All right, recapping the forecast, near 65 today, near 75 tomorrow, near 65 for Wednesday, near 70 for Thursday, and Friday, about 65 for Saturday, and Sunday looks cool, wind chills in the 30s, and a few windy days in here, especially for Tuesday, Thursday, and a little bit for Friday and for Saturday, but just an overall warm and breezy next week of weather. Thanks so much for joining me for this edition of the Kansas City Weather Report. You can find me on social media at Wes Weather. Have a good one.